Morning everybody, my name is Ben Coates and we're back with lesson 2 of learning assembly. This lesson we're talking about the CPU and its registers. The CPU is an essential component in a computer and controls how the computer functions. Without a CPU the computer wouldn't be able to do very much. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. CPU is used for only very simple tasks. It can only interchange data between registers and memory, perform arithmetic, test bits, and branch. In the above list I mentioned registers. You may be wondering or unsure of what a register actually is. In short, a register is a place where you can store data on the CPU. It's actually a component on the CPU. These registers are fixed sizes and cannot be increased or decreased in sizes. Here are a list of all the 32-bit registers. Note, these are only a few, there will be more that will be discussed a little bit later. EAX, EBX, ECX, and EDX. Additionally, there are 16 and 8-bit registers. The 16-bit registers follow: AX, BX, CX, and DX. And finally, the 8-bit registers: AH, AL, BL, BH, CH, CL, and DH, DL. Okay, notice the pattern: EAX, AX, AH, and AL. Starts with A and all that. Yeah, well basically this pattern exists because AX and AH and, because in AX, AH and AL reside, and AX resides in EAX. This is true with EBX, ECX, and EDX as well. Here's a graphical representation. I don't own this image, by the way. So you've got your full 32 bits of EAX, and then you've got 16 bits, which is your AX register. That sits in the lower half of the EAX register. Then you've got your AH and your AL, A high and A low. The A low sits in the lower half of AX, and the AH sits in the upper half of the AX register. These are both 8 bits as well. Okay, and also a few notes. A number larger than a maximum of 8 bits, which is more than 255, cannot be stored in AH or the AL register. However, it can be stored in the AX or EAX register, providing, if it's in the AX, that it's not larger than a 16-bit number, or the EAX register, providing it's not bigger than a 32-bit number. You'll probably never encounter that. We cannot move the context of EAX into the AH or AL, or the AX register. This applies to the other registers. Like, for example, we cannot move the context of EBX into CX because the size is different. This is 32 bits, this is 16 bits, so therefore we can't move a larger number into a smaller. It's kind of like you have different boxes, right? In each box you've got a bunch of stuff, right? You can't move more stuff than you can fit into a smaller box, right? From a larger box. So that's sort of what it's like, an analogy. That concludes this lesson. I'll see you in the next one, and we'll be talking about strings and characters.